Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley. We're here on your hometown station, KHTS AM 1220, on your Neighborhood Watch every first and third Thursday of the month. We talk about all things law enforcement related, and we have our very special guest.
That seems to be the word or term.
Am I doing that around too loosely?
Today, special guest.
I don't get a lot of guests in here.
You're special, Perry.
I got to be honest with you. And your special host, I suppose, Perry Smith, KHTS AM 1220 News Director. We've been talking about, the Sheriff's Department and what they've been doing with Commander Parker as far as the overall, but I want to drill down hyper local and focus on a couple seminars that we have coming up and talk about those. Deputy Dubs, you're leading one of them.
I'm Deputy Dubs now. I am.
Just a new nickname, yep.
And that is going to be, well, the first one is going to be hosted by Detective Velick of the J Team, and that's going to be on Wednesday, April 16th.
And that's Teens, Drugs, and Consequences.
Yes.
Okay. And Detective Velick focuses on a lot of that through his job on the J Team, right?
Right. And, I've had the opportunity to hear him speak in the past, and it really is very interesting. And you would think, once a week at least, I'm working patrol, and I'm out there, and I'm talking to kids and adults, and oftentimes, arrests are made for drug use and whatnot. It's very informative and interesting listening to him, and he brings a lot of displays of current trends, what he sees teenagers using as far as drugs, drug paraphernalia, and different trends like that. It's very informative to the aspect of he provides real information. He's the one that's filing these cases, working these cases, helping many of these young people get into a rehab facility or get on the straight and narrow. So he brings like real life experience, and it's very interesting.
Yeah, and like you said, he's given a few of those talks. I've seen a couple of them, and it's always amazing to see the reaction of parents and the kind of the eye-opening experience when they see the kinds of things that kids are making paraphernalia out of these days that
right.
A parent would have no way of knowing otherwise unless they were talking to an expert like Detective Velick.
Right.
The other one, sexting, social media, what's going on, what kids are doing with their cell phones and online, that's going to be your kind of purview, right?
Right, and that is on April 23rd at 6:30. We were allowed, and it's awesome that the city is allowing us, not only is the city putting on these workshops, but the city is allowing us to use the council chambers, which you've been to many city council meetings. It's a big room. TV monitors and different
a few
things
hundred
like
people
that.
in there, yeah. And you have another overflow room. And,
right.
And I would
and
imagine
so
you guys are expecting a big crowd.
Right. And you could register for it if you go to santa-clarita.com if I could talk again, /seasons. These programs are offered through the Seasons magazine.
It's free.
It's free. Just
okay.
sign up, register, so we can kind of get a gauge of how many people are going to show up. Of course, you can just show up that night also.
Okay.
So April 23rd, I'm going to be doing a talk on teens and social media. And really, it's more of a practical discussion. And I'm hoping that, it's geared towards parents, and I'm hoping that parents show up and that we could have an interactive conversation. What do you want to know about current trends in social media? And not only will I be talking, but I'm bringing with me a detective from our Special Victims Bureau. And the Special Victims Bureau of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department investigates crimes involving sexual type of crimes with children and adults and more high-profile cases like that. So I'm bringing this detective with me because I want him to be able to relay a clear understanding of what he's seen as far as sexting and social media and, younger boyfriend, girlfriends, and what trends he's seen. So not only do you get to hear from me and some of the things that we're seeing in the crime prevention unit, but you also are going to be able to hear and ask questions to a detective that handles those specific type of cases.
And you're out there in the community on almost a daily basis interacting with parents and young people. What's some of the main concerns that you've seen recently with some of the social media, some of the things you expect to get asked by parents about at this workshop coming up on April 23rd?
I think that parents should be involved in social media, and I think that they should take to social media. If their children are on it and they're allowing their children to be on it, monitor what they're doing. Friend them on Facebook. It's not wrong to ask them their password. You're asking your minor child for the password to their account so that you can monitor their activity. There's a lot out there. And, I guess back in the olden days, you would say, don't hang out with that person. He's, or he or she is a bad guy. But now with social media, you have access to the entire world. You have access to people that may be trying to take advantage of you. You have access to people that may be hiding their true identities. You know, there's a sign from the National Center for Exploited Children that says, "Meet Becky's 12-year-old boyfriend," and it's a picture of an adult male. So I think it just brings into reality some different things that are out there and some different things that we're seeing. And I think that it will give parents like a real look. And if they have questions, we invite them to bring the questions. Between myself, our station captain, the detective from the Special Victims Bureau, I think that there's going to be a lot of information. I'm preparing a PowerPoint presentation in conjunction with the city. It's going to have some screenshots of some things that I've found myself and that the CPU, the station, has found specific to Santa Clarita and what's going on out here.
So the number one thing it seems like you're saying is that parents can help themselves and help their children is just kind of keep an eye on the activity, and you're going to talk about at the workshop how they can do that.
Right, exactly. So again, 2 workshops, 2 separate days, both hosted by the J team. I'm going to be at one of them. Detective Ellick's going to be at the other one. They both run from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. on their respective dates. Open dialogue. Anybody that shows up, questions will be answered. We got plenty of room. Got a great facility, and yeah, good stuff.
Again, that's Teen Drugs and Consequences, April 16th at City Hall from 6:30 to 8:30, and then cell phone sexting and social media on April 23rd, 6:30 to 8:30. With Josh Dubin. We have to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back on your hometown station, KHTS AM 1220.